Hello, welcome to Rebel Base, IGN's weekly Star Wars show. Crew up, pack it in.
So this week, D23 happened. What's D23? You know why it's called
Well,
that.
it's the D23 Expo, which is actually the meeting for the Disney fan club. D for Disney, 23 for 1923, a year when Walt Disney did something.
But I mean, it's like, loads of people were talking about this as if it was going to be like a really big thing. And they were like, oh, D23, D23. And then it was massive. I sort of wasn't even thinking about it.
People were talking about it like it was going to be a big thing, and it was.
And it was.
It was quite a big thing.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, across all the fronts.
I was unaware that it's going to be so big, but there was so much stuff. Like, I mean, we had stuff running like all weekend on the site. You can check it out. Some really good stuff. We had like a first image from Rogue One. That was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On all the cast as well. Colin Trevorrow confirmed as director of Episode 9.
Our mate, actually, we had him on the podcast a few weeks ago.
Should have asked him. Did you ask him?
Yeah, he told us a bit about Star Wars.
But one of the cool things that came from it as well, depends on how you look at it, right? So Battlefront and Disney Infinity coming out this year.
Yep.
So lots of Star Wars games for you to be able to play. What do you need to play games on? Only bloody console, isn't it? So they're making a
Whoa,
PS4.
are you a games journalist?
I dabble. There's a PlayStation 4 Darth Vader thing. Now, you're not a massive fan of this, are you?
Well, were you putting words in my mouth? Because I texted you this, like, oh, it looks quite nice. Really don't like the controller. I think
Controller's mental.
So I actually didn't realise until you put this high-res image up that it had Star Wars written all over it. I didn't see that originally.
And on the little pad as well.
So while I don't mind the Vader, I feel like they could have committed more to the theme.
Yes.
For instance, it's got the blue light. Surely that needs to be red.
Yeah.
Even though that might mean your console is in
Broken.
rest mode or broken.
Yeah.
The controller is just a mess.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
It's just like, red for a bit of Sith
Why is
and a bit
why
of
is
blue.
the circle red? Yeah, I don't get. Oh, actually, and the top like left triggers as well. Doesn't make any sense. I think that looks like a bit of a mess. I actually really like this. I think it's a really nice design. But as you say, like, you could have done a bit more with it.
It's nice, but I don't think it's that particularly clever. They've just gone, put a picture of Darth Vader on
But
it.
when are they? Except for, I mean, we put this up here. This is an Xbox 360. This is an official one as well. Looks like R2-D2 and the controller is C-3PO. Like, that's taken the design of both of those things, really recognizable, and made something cool out of it.
Well, they've made them into a pair.
Exactly, yeah. And I think that's pretty
Imitating
good.
it.
Whereas this, I feel like it's just, you know, it could be a decal. But if you look at like the Batman Arkham Knight one, like that is mental as well. Like, what's Batman known for? Oh yeah, that's right. It's black outfit. What's colours of PS4? Black. What colour should we make the Arkham Knight PS4? Grey.
Well,
Who's signing that off?
Batman. No, but it's true because you can get a lot of decals on like Amazon for PS4s, which is
Yeah.
just like stickers, and I feel like it does look a bit like that.
It's
Anyway,
exactly like that.
what have we done then?
Well, we have mocked up our own ones. These are ones that we would actually buy. So, I mean, I think that's beautiful. Like, would I have that in my living room? Possibly not. Would I have that in my kid's room? Probably. I don't have a kid, but if I did, I'd get him a room, I'd put that in there.
That's not a reason to have a kid.
Because I like the idea. It's taken the Star Wars as a theme, and it's not just like, there's some stickers on a normal PS4. So what have we got? We've got a Boba Fett PS4.
So what we've done is taken a PS4 and put some Boba Fett stickers on it.
Yeah. But no,
No.
what we've done is we've taken the theme of Boba Fett, like his armor and his color scheme, and we've placed it onto a console. So you get the idea of, the idea of Boba Fett is there, even though it's not like just his face or him with a rocket.
See, I really regret never buying the Adidas Boba Fett trainers,
Yeah.
which is a similar thing. They're kind of like fatigued and a little
Exactly.
bit worn. I would like if our PS4, I can see why we wouldn't ship it with one, if it could have some kind of off-the-shoulder cape. I don't know what the shoulder is on a PS4,
Yeah?
and whether that would intrude upon the fan mechanism and the overall cooling efficiency of said PlayStation 4.
Well, no, surely you put the cape on the controller.
don't want that.
Boom. Oh, you do? Have the cape on the controller, masking the wire when it's plugged in.
Wire when it's plugged.
Yeah, you plug the wire in, and then the cape sort of masks it out. We're getting off it. But that's the thing. Our design for the Boba Fett PS4 has the overall feel of the character without trying to jam it down your throat.
That's what I really want from a theme console. Ultimately.
Exactly, yeah. Next, what we got?
So I had an epiphany when I realised that the PlayStation 4, which is a 3D parallelogram,
Yeah.
is similar. Imagine it. It looks a little bit like. Oh, actually, you have to imagine it's quite a lot. It looks a little bit like a sandcrawler.
Yeah.
Not exactly,
Nope.
but a little bit.
One of the edges is poking out.
Especially if you buy that thing which you can have your PlayStation vertically.
Well, you're going to have to, otherwise it's going to look like a mess.
Well, no, it's fallen over. it's gone over.
But imagine,
if the stand that it goes in has like little track wheels on.
Obviously, yeah.
Not functional, because you don't you don't really move a console around much.
No.
But that's good, isn't it?
That is really good. I like it. And it's a cool little centerpiece as well.
It's a talking point.
It's a talking
like when you bring
point.
girls home.
It's a talking point. It's like having a coffee table book. It's a Sandcrawler PS4. It's exactly the same.
Go, what's this?
One and the
you
same.
go, oh, that thing. Well, let me tell you about that. It's a Sandcrawler PS4.
Yeah, and then you can just see yourself getting less and less attractive.
You can't stay. Okay.
Well, so your Uber's here. Okay, fine. So finally, then, this is a good one. This is a talking point. The girl is definitely staying. Girl or boy is definitely staying now. So it's a furry PS4. We having this?
Elaborate.
Modeled after our very good friend Chewbacca. Now, you mentioned Adidas trainers earlier, and the Chewbacca Adidas jacket, like, it's not, full, like, Kigoo with, like, just, like, all, it's not full, like, onesie, but it's, like, it's got the overall feel of Chewbacca and his little sort of, like, coat, I don't know.
The overall feel of Chewbacca.
But it's lo-fi. It's a really nice, like, lo-fi version of Chewbacca.
I like the idea of you just making this, like, stapling some, like, carpet to a PS4.
I mean, it's going to be an issue with the fans, but, I mean,
But similar to that one, controller,
Yeah.
hand-themed.
Yeah.
Because he's smaller, isn't he? And Harrison Ford, he has bumpers.
So you want a Han Solo themed controller?
Yeah.
I feel like we should have probably told our designer about that before we got him to make these images. But
Imagine it.
there we are. I've written also fur equals good.
Good.
Yeah. Do you like those designs? Are they better than that? Would you buy any of them? Do you have any designs yourself? Let us know, rebelbase@ign.com. Time for another edition of Force Feedback then. And this week, we're kicking off with Javier, who says, first off, Force Feedback is an awesome name for a viewer's question section. Eat it, Krupa.
Eat what?
Well, I think you like it now, don't you? You like it now. Do we think Kylo Ren could express his emotions in way more subversive ways than just dialogue?
Finger paint.
Yep. The prequels seem to rely on it too heavily, and thus they were lacking in subtlety. Kylo shows in the trailer to be exhibiting a lot of outward rage with his Force powers. His lightsaber is this crackling, seemingly demonic force of nature. Could all these contextual parts add up to the more rounded character? Thoughts? What's he saying?
So we're going to get onto that a little bit with the next question, actually. But
Do you want to answer this one? No.
Yeah, no, but I'll bring in a little bit,
Oh,
and then
nice,
I'll segue.
okay.
So I was doing actually some professional presenting stuff there.
Okay.
Jeez.
Good.
So they said about at D23 some details of Kylo Ren's lightsaber, and they said it's like, I can't remember the exact wording, but something like it's fierce and rugged like him.
That's right, yeah.
So you're doing characterization there throughout, not through dialogue, through prop design, which I think is really cool. This idea that just as in ancient cultures that, like even up to the Vietnam War, that your armor is somehow a reflection of your personality.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing with the lightsaber. Anyway, going on to the next bit of feedback, which is also Kylo Ren-centric from Owen Bally.
Yeah.
He says, hey guys, I don't know if you have seen or read this article, but it sheds some light on Kylo Ren and how he begins, including his name.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
Yes,
So this is all the stuff from D23. They said that Ren is the Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
It's like an adopted title for people, just like Darth is for Sith Lords. He's also modelled his mask it's almost like an homage to Vader. Yeah, so it's almost like he's a Sithophile.
Right.
Like he really is a student
Bang
of...
up for
yeah,
it.
because like he comes in an era after that's fallen apart, and he's kind of this student. And he's neither necessarily good or bad as yet. Obviously, we would perceive him to be bad because frequently we adopt the perspective of the rebels.
Yeah.
But he's going on a journey to find out where he fits in this, and he's a student of the dark side.
Yeah.
So I like this idea that he's almost like, this is a very
Obsessed.
fanciful interpretation perhaps, but he's like some kind of proxy for people who are Star Wars obsessives.
Yeah.
Like he's a student, he's building his own lightsaber in his shed.
Maybe he's the one that we see like cradling Vader's mask in his hand. Like he's been going
I'm sure
to
he
find
is. I
it,
wonder if he's collecting it. He's like bought it off eBay.
Yeah.
Like for loads of money. Like he's just buying it all. He's got Ewok lunch boxes, and he's like running up to the Empire. He's like, I want to get involved. Like,
No, come on, mate.
Come
That's enough.
back when you got a proper lightsaber, mate.
Right, here we go then. That's a really good answer. Well done. Almost like it's your job. Carl Barrett who says, "Hi guys, no doubt you'll be talking about the first TV spot of The Force Awakens, and I'm interested what you think of it featuring music from the prequels. I know that Episode 7 will be much closer to the original trilogy, but I'm glad that the new films can reference the prequels, even if it's just by using the music. I think one of the best things from the prequels is the music, so I would like the music to be in the new films. Just imagine another lightsaber set to deal with the fates. What do you guys think?"
Well, it is Mr. John Williams.
Yes?
One of the greatest movie composers of all time. I don't think we'd get any music used straight up again.
No.
Like, it's not what he ever does. But there might be themes that are echoed. I'm sure that will happen. Like,
Well,
you'll
no,
have
you-
Leia's theme.
yeah.
But I mean, like, he's talking about just using the Jewel of the Fates again.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna happen.
But there might be some kind of leitmotif that is a reference to that, if it's appropriate. Like, if we got... I can't imagine, there's none of those characters that necessarily transfer over.
No.
But you will have, like, you know, variations on Binary Sunset, I'm sure, at some point.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Han and Leia's theme definitely
Duel of
will
the Fates
crop
is-
up again.
Duel of the Fates is good, but it's completely in my mind with that.
Yeah, and it's
with
not
that
like
vibe.
one of those characters is reoccurring, so it makes sense for that to be used as a theme at all.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll get little bits and bobs, but
That'd be fun.
I'm sure we'll create some amazing new music.
Yeah,
Like,
hopefully.
there's amazing music in all three of the prequels as well, you know,
Yeah.
Duel of the Fates, Across the Stars, and then there's like the immolation stuff in
Yeah,
Revenge of the
yeah.
Sith's really good. Yeah.
That's good. I like that. Good questions this week
All good questions, all equally good questions.
on Force feedback.
If you want to send us more stuff, get on to us at rebelbase@ign.com.
Speaking of really well-named sections, the Empire Likes That. The weekly section where we find something cool from the internet and bring it to your eyes with our faces.
The Empire
and
likes that.
gestures. Yeah,
You said the Empire like that.
the Empire likes that.
Okay.
The Empire likes that. I know what I named my own section, Krupa, okay? So this, I mean, you caught me just watching this and just absolutely pissing myself laughing.
Oh, I didn't know where you were going with
that. Absolutely pissing myself. No, Tez Gelmir has built a 74Z speeder bike for his 1-year-old daughter. Is she getting much out of it? You would think no. Look at the video. She's bloody loving it. Like,
I think your dad's getting quite a lot out of it as well, including YouTube revenue.
Yeah, but yeah, but he's even put like tips on how you can build your own.
I'm never going to build one of them.
Why? We haven't got a kid, and
I haven't got wood, I haven't got tools, I haven't got a yard to build.
I would build
There's
one.
a lot of... I don't have a daughter, I think that's the most salient.
well, you could put a
mission.
son on it.
I don't have a son.
Dog,
I don't have a dog.
friend of a
I
family.
look like son, daughter, dog.
Yeah. My favourite bit in there is this bit where like she starts moving, she starts losing momentum. You just see like dad's foot come in, give it a bit of a kick, and he kicks it a bit too hard, so he goes, ooh.
You know, like why she's gone. I'm watching.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my favourite thing of Star Wars that I've seen this week. And that
On the week of D23, when loads of new information has been released on the upcoming film and Star Wars spin-offs, my favourite thing is a homemade speeder bike.
No, we've had plenty of that on the site, haven't we? Like we've covered that.
You thought it was an
to
exclusive
death.
clip from Rogue One. You thought it was Felicity Jones.
Look, I bloody liked it. So if you've got something you want to see on our amazing section, The Empire Likes That, let us know, rebelbase@ign.com.
This week we're on a bit of a mission to salvage the reputation of some of the most derided
Yeah.
characters in the Star Wars universe. Ewoks.
I love
Some
the
people,
Ewoks.
I like Ewoks, but I grew up. I don't know. I think it's a bit of a thing for some people of a certain generation. They were people can be very
Idiots.
cynical about the Ewoks.
Why?
Well, people think they were a cash grab for toys, easy merchandising, cute.
They play a really big role in the Star Wars universe.
So that's what we're going to get onto in a little section called "Don't Mock Ewoks."
Don't mock the Ewok.
Very.
Why you should
of it.
never mock the Wok.
We'll talk about that later.
All right.
Workshop it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's pretty much implied in Return of the Jedi that Ewoks, little cute, fuzzy, cuddly Ewoks,
I'll stop you there. What's cute about that?
look at him, he's lovely, eat people.
What?
They pretty much, it's heavily implied,
Right.
and I've heavily inferred it,
Yeah.
that they eat people. So
Actually, no, yeah.
there's a scene where they string up Luke and Han, and the implication is they're about to cook them.
Yeah.
So firstly, gotta roast them alive
With their clothes on.
with their clothes on, and then presumably eat them.
Maybe they just want to.
Well, you cook, nah.
Maybe like the smell.
But it's like on a spit.
Oh, yeah.
They're using like a cooking technique there, I think.
Yeah.
They're not just immolating them.
No.
They're cooking them.
They're
Well, actually, they wouldn't immolate them.
Maybe they
That's
don't
a
have a lot of
sacrifice.
food passing through, though.
Well, they're obviously self-sufficient,
Yeah.
but opportunistic.
Yeah.
You know, if you live in that sort of environment, big meal comes along, you've got to take that.
I'd eat them.
Also, there's another scene where they're partying and they're playing Stormtrooper armor, like a xylophone. So I wonder if the implication there is they've binned that off because you know that's not going to burn.
Yeah.
And they've cooked and perhaps eaten said
How do they
Stormtrooper.
know that the armor's not going to burn?
Not
Oh,
idiots.
that won't burn. Wicket. Get rid of it.
Well, they're not idiots.
No, I suppose. They are self-sufficient, as you said. Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's pretty... It's one of those like dark things of the Star Wars universe that's sort of never really discussed or gone into detail about. Like, we talk about quite a lot of like horrible stuff.
No, we're always talking about Ewok
yeah.
cannibalism.
Yeah.
They're not cannibals.
No.
Different species. So
Exactly, yeah,
that's
so
important.
it's fine. Okay.
Okay, so next up,
Yeah.
they're a warrior race.
Yeah.
They're amazing in Return of the Jedi.
Hmm.
They help take down the Empire. They have spears, they have a hierarchical society, they
They're like
have
the Viet
order.
Cong.
Yeah, the guerrilla warriors.
Yeah. And they look like gorillas.
What kind
They
of
look
crap
bit-
zoo did you go to
They
in
look
Wales?
a bit like gorillas. Like, if you're going to
Did
say...
your mum take you to a park in Wales and go, that's a gorilla, and it's actually a squirrel?
No, but you think they look more like squirrels than gorillas. That's mad. That's madness, Daniel.
Well,
They obviously look more like gorillas than they do squirrels. That should be on your list.
well,
But no, what you have got on there is spears.
well, fashioned violent weapons capable
Yeah.
of taking down an ATST.
They don't, like, you can't trust them, definitely.
They let their children fight.
Yeah,
That is next level.
that's pretty
That
good.
is next level. Wouldn't mess with.
Needs must.
They also capture Han and Luke,
Yeah,
two of the heroes of the original trilogy.
yeah.
No mean feat.
That's actually a pretty good point. Something
Also-
Vader, like, barely manages to do.
Also, like, so for instance, this is interesting. Stories of Captain Cook when he went on his voyages and he first encountered
Yeah.
indigenous people. That he would be turning up on these massive ships and people just wouldn't react because they thought it was.
It's not real.
They just thought it was like an optical. There was almost like nah, it's not a thing. Just walking past, no, not having it.
That sounds like just someone who just can't be asked doing their job. Like, Tony, you're on watch. All right, I am. Like, nothing ever happens, so I'll
I think
do
they
it.
just thought it was like
If something happens,
I
and
think
he's
they
like-
just thought that they weren't perceiving it correctly because they had no approximation of it. They thought it was like a mountain or
Yeah.
it's just weird. Like there's this kind of disconnection. These guys, presumably remote, maybe had some kind of brief encounters, work out how to use a speeder bike. They're not fazed by technology, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They both attack it and appropriate it.
I would think that. I think, like, if I was, say, like, I saw Michael Myers in the street and he's coming towards me, I would just think,
I love doing
that-
Wayne's World.
That's not real. I would just think that's not real.
No, you would, or you would think it was something else. Like
Yeah.
somebody messing
Not the
around.
Ewoks, though. They'll bloody jump on him, wouldn't they?
Right, see what he's done there.
Yeah.
I've not been to Stormtrooper training school.
But,
I'll hop right on this,
Yeah.
even though I'm a warrior child.
yeah. Well, early on in the show, we did have a child riding a speeder bike, so
Yeah.
maybe she's an Ewok.
Well, essentially that's all the points of
Okay.
why you shouldn't mess with Ewoks, but I think they're kind of formidable.
cannibals.
Not cannibals. We have to keep remembering that.
Oh, yeah.
Because even though we know that's Warwick Davis,
Right.
he's supposed to be an alien there.
Right.
So
okay.
it's not cannibalism.
They eat humans then.
Well, we think they eat humans.
But they do, let's say.
They
The
eat
Ewoks
humans.
are not cannibals, but they do eat humans.
Yeah, they'll eat you basically.
They'll eat you.
Uh,
They'll beat you up.
Beat you up, they'll steal your technology,
Yeah.
steal your women.
Yeah.
The kids will fight you.
The kids will fight you.
They're brilliant in a guerrilla war.
Yeah.
And look at it.
Yeah. Look at it. Exactly.
So, do you think, is this maybe one of the most disturbing revelations in the Star Wars universe? If you can think of something more disturbing in Star Wars, let us know, rebelbaseign.com.
And for everything else Star Wars, keep it right here on IGN. Okay. You dick. You knew you were doing that.
Yeah. I didn't know it would do it. That did not hurt that much. You've got tattoos all over your arm. That hurt more. Come on now.
It hurt because I was disappointed in you. It hurt me there, not just there.
Now you know how I feel all the time.
Well, there we are. Ready? Off.